Hey everyone, it's Electra. So now that we know, okay, ideas of anti-fascism and progressivism and remaking our government has to be done under the guise of conservatism, even though they're pretty far left radical ideas overall. So how do you do that? How do you cloak something in conservatism? Well, Lincoln did it in 1860 by referring to the founding fathers and what they intended for the country at that point and what the original vision of the country was. Because in 1860, it was clear to every Northerner that the Southern slave power had completely just bastardized the Constitution and just twisted it twisted completely to their own favor at the expense of the vast majority of people who were in the North and in non-slavery states, free states. So by cloaking the leftist idea of revolution in the idea of returning back to the original founding of the country and the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, that's how we're going to do this leftist idea. If the method is more conservative, I think, so basically by making the method or the thought process more conservative, the actual actions and results were welcome to be as far left as they needed at the time, which was, well, they didn't plan on a civil war. It was the South that seceded. They didn't know, they didn't really expect a war just because Lincoln was elected. So, but that's what happened because the Southerners then knew that the writing was on the wall. They perceived Lincoln to be incredibly anti-slavery, and well, he wasn't really that anti-slavery. There were many more radical Republicans that were far more anti-slavery than he was. He was more along the lines of just ending it. So Northern free labor and free market capitalism basically could spread to the West Coast over the slavery system spreading to the West Coast. So anyway, if you cloak an idea in conservatism and like retrospection back to the founding of the country, because at this point we are going to be restoring what this country was and what it should have been, and what we need to take it back to where, well, we went wrong in many places. Basically, ever since 1776 plus one day, it's been one mistake after another. But that's the process. That's the idea of this country. It's just a work in progress, and all we can do is take one step forward at a time. And this just so happens in this case, we've been going many steps backwards daily for like at least since World War II, and that's what we have to change.